The bargaining's been going on now for 18 months among between those EU labor ministers. What do you see now as the outcome? How's it looking?
Today, the employment and labor ministers are discussing, trying to finalize the deal in the Council. As you know, that the European Parliament voted already last week, and actually the compromise in the European Parliament is a good compromise from our point of view. It's not perfect. There are some problems in there, but overall package is a good one. However, what we see or what we have seen from the Council proposals, these are not very ambitious, and they are not going to do much for the posted workers to improve their conditions in host member states. For very simple reason. At the moment, and especially if you think back to the Laval Quartet cases from 2007, 2008, the decision was based on purely on the single market provisions of the treaties. Although the directive has originally been also meant to protect workers. So what we were asking all throughout these 18 months is to have the double legal base, to include also the social policy legal base, so that any future cases would be decided also on the point of view of workers' protection. Secondly, the way the proposal is on the table at the moment, it only includes one type of collective agreements, only the generally applicable ones, the universally applicable ones. And nothing below that is taken into consideration. Of course, there are exceptions. There are countries where there are no universally applicable collective agreements, but they are not very many in the EU. So in order to actually have equal treatment, all kind of collective agreements need to be taken on board. Then there is a very important issue of allowances or the reimbursement of expenses for workers that are incurred during the posting. Then there are also
there's several issues.
Questions about clearly that.
Let me ask you just, if I may, what did you think of the words in that report that we heard from the French president when he made that trip to Poland, singling out Warsaw and saying that the Polish people deserve better? Was that the right tone?
Our argument has always been that the Central and Eastern European workers deserve better. There is no doubt about that. And actually, just at the end of last week, the Visegrad 4 trade unions met and they issued a joint statement where they support the revision of the directive very much to have better conditions for Central and Eastern European workers when they are posted to other EU member states.
Let me ask you.
Obviously, I don't know whether strategically
Go ahead.
Whether strategically picking out the time limit would have been the most crucial point is debatable, because the real duration of posting is 3 to 4 months. So whether it's the directive says 12 months or 24 months is not going to affect very many posted workers. So there is a debatable issue. And in any case, the time limit would affect how the social security is paid, whether by the host country or by the sending country.
Right, so the time limit is not as much of an issue as people think. Let me ask you, Liina Carr, what about the tricky issue of what to do about truckers, about lorry drivers, because it's not just countries from Eastern Europe, but also the likes of Portugal and Spain that are worried if the rules are too strict, they say.
Yes, clearly the road transport is another issue, and it is a complicated issue. Our position has been and remain to be that also the road transport needs to be covered by the Posting of Workers Directive. Clearly, there are perhaps more details needed how to actually regulate the drivers, but they definitely need to be covered by the Posting of Workers Directive.
I want to thank you so much, Liina Carr, for joining us there from Brussels. Liina Carr from the European Trade Union Confederation, ETUC. Thank you for being with us.